The story of a poor Egyptian man who became rich overnight when he won an iPhone 14 in a raffle draw. But his joy soon turned into a nightmare when he was kidnapped by a gang demanding $1 million to release him. How did our hero get out of this? You're about to find out. A few days before the New Year's celebration, Ahmed Hassan, a poor man from Egypt, had a stroke of luck that changed his life forever. He bought a $30 scratch card, thinking it would be a fun way to usher in the new year. But little did he know that his decision would turn his life upside down within the blink of an eye. When he scratched off the silver layer of the card to reveal the hidden symbols underneath, he found he'd won the top prize, an iPhone 14. Though he didn't particularly need or want the phone, he saw it as a sign of good fortune for the new year. But he could not have imagined what lay in store for him. Ahmed decided to record a celebratory video with his old phone, expressing his gratitude to God and announcing his intention to use the new phone to help others less fortunate than him. In the heartwarming video, he asked people to send him their account numbers so he could donate some money and bring them happiness. He posted the video on social media, hoping to brighten someone's day. Little did he know that his simple act of kindness would change many lives for the better. Soon after posting the video, his inbox was flooded with messages from people in need. There were beggars, families struggling to put food on the table, and sick people who needed financial help for treatment. Overwhelmed by the response, Ahmed realized that he had touched the hearts of many with his generosity. The video went viral, and people praised him for his kindness and humility. He took this opportunity to spread joy and alleviate suffering, donating money, food, and other essentials to those in need. But little did he know that his good deeds would soon come at a terrible cost. As he scrolled through the messages, one caught his attention. It was from a woman named Mariam, who claimed to be an old family friend. She explained that her son had recently been released from prison and was desperately in need of money to start a new life. Touched by her story, Ahmed sent her the money without hesitation. But this seemingly innocent act of kindness would soon spiral out of control. A few days later, he got a call from an unknown number. On the other end of the line was a man who introduced himself as a friend of Mariam's son. He explained that Mariam's son Youssef had fallen into bad company and had gotten involved in dangerous activities. The man claimed that Yusuf's friends were now threatening him and his family, demanding that he pay them back the money that Ahmed had given his mother. Terrified for his safety, Ahmed agreed to meet with the man to discuss the situation, but little did he know that he was walking into a trap. As he approached the meeting spot, he was surrounded by a group of menacing men. Before he could react, they bundled him into a car and sped away. His abductors drove him to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. When they finally stopped and opened the doors, he found himself in a dark, dank room. One of the men approached him and demanded to know where he had hidden the money. Confused and frightened, Ahmed explained that he had given the money to Mariam's son, but the men refused to believe him. They accused him of playing dumb and threatened to hurt him if he didn't cooperate. In a panic, Ahmed tried to explain that he had no idea where the money was, but the men were having none of it. They beat him up, leaving him bruised and bloodied. As he lay on the floor in pain, they continued to demand the money, threatening to kill him if he didn't produce it. But the men had made a fatal mistake. They hadn't anticipated Ahmed's resourcefulness. Despite being in pain, Ahmed managed to pull out his phone and secretly record a video of his attackers. He then posted the video on social media with a message begging for help. As the hours passed, the men grew impatient. They couldn't understand why Ahmed wasn't giving them the money. Suddenly, one of the men noticed a phone lying on the floor and realized that Ahmed had been recording them. They searched the room but couldn't find the video. Meanwhile, Ahmed's video had gone viral and thousands of people were sharing it across the internet. The men started to panic as more and more people became aware of their crime. They knew they wouldn't be able to hide forever. In a desperate attempt to silence Ahmed, they took him to another room and tied him up, gagging him to prevent him from calling for help. But they had underestimated the power of social media. The video continued to spread and soon reached the local police. A team of officers arrived at the warehouse and stormed the building, apprehending the men and freeing Ahmed. As the police led the men away in handcuffs, Ahmed could only look on in disbelief. He never imagined that his simple act of kindness would lead to such a terrifying ordeal. The news of his kidnapping and the subsequent arrest of his abductors spread like wildfire. People from all walks of life came together to celebrate his release, thanking the police for their swift action. As the crowd cheered, Ahmed felt a sense of relief and gratitude wash over him. He had survived the ordeal, and his life was forever changed. But the story doesn't end there. After his release, Ahmed became a local hero. People looked up to him for his courage and quick thinking. He had faced danger head-on and emerged victorious. His ordeal raised awareness about the importance of being cautious when dealing with strangers and the power of using technology responsibly. But perhaps most importantly, it was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. Ahmed's story inspired others to be more aware of their surroundings and to take steps to protect themselves from potential harm. He became a role model for young people, showing them that it's possible to overcome adversity and emerge stronger on the other side. As for his abductors, they were charged with a multitude of crimes, including kidnapping, assault, and extortion. They were brought to justice and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. The court proceedings were highly publicized, and the public demanded that the men receive the maximum punishment. The case became a landmark ruling in Egypt, sending a message that such crimes would not be tolerated. In the aftermath of the trial, Ahmed received counseling to help him cope with the trauma of his experience. He also took steps to improve his security, installing cameras and hiring bodyguards. However, he remained humble and continued to help those in need. He started a foundation to support victims of crime and worked with local organizations to provide resources for those who had been through similar experiences. As time passed, Ahmed's life began to return to normal. He found love again and started a family, eventually becoming a father to 2 beautiful children. He cherished his loved ones and took every moment to appreciate the gift of life. He never forgot the valuable lessons he had learned during his ordeal, using his experience to make a positive impact on the world. Every day, he woke up with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to live life to the fullest and make the most of every opportunity. Looking back on his journey, Ahmed realized that winning the iPhone had been a blessing in disguise. It had led him to helping countless people and ultimately to finding his true purpose in life. He became a beacon of hope and strength for others, proving that it's possible to rise above even the most challenging circumstances. And that is the story of a poor Egyptian man who won an iPhone 14, got kidnapped, and posted a video of his abductors online, leading to his rescue and their arrest. A story of courage, resourcefulness, and the power of social media.